Hey cycling friends, James with Team Finish Strong, taking a break from the riding and enjoying a beautiful day down at the lake. It is absolutely beautiful and peaceful today. You know, despite the fact that it is quite peaceful on the trail today, there is a lot of unrest in the world around us. You have the conflict happening over in Israel and Iran. And now that's far away, and we're kind of disconnected from that. But yet today, June 14th, there are mass protests being held all around the country. And you know, it should cause us to stop and ponder what is going on. What is happening in people's lives that would cause this kind of a reaction? Well, I think all of us know to some extent the issues involved with the protests, so I'm not going to speak directly to that. But I do want to speak to one aspect today, and that is concerning the law. Thus the title of the message. Now, there has been a push in recent times to have biblical law in places where it has not traditionally been in modern times. Classrooms, courthouses, and such. And I think that the Ten Commandments in particular is a foundation for all Western law, and I think it's appropriate to do so. I think we should honor God's law. But you know, there is something greater than the Ten Commandments that we need to be mindful of today, because I think we may be overlooking it in the way we go about our lives. And that is a greater law that Jesus spoke of in the New Testament. You might be thinking of, well, what law did Jesus give in the New Testament? Well, he said this. He said that the greatest commandment is to love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and to love your neighbor as yourself. He also said in another place that we are to do unto others as we would have done unto us. He said that this sums up the law and the prophets. Everything that God has revealed up to this point in history could be summed up in these simple commands. And that is what I want to speak to today. Now friends, don't misunderstand me. I'm not advocating for yet one more law to be posted in our classrooms and on our courthouses. In fact, I feel that we as believers should take a completely different approach to changing the culture. And it starts with us. You know, even with the Ten Commandments, God said that we're supposed to write it on the tablets of our heart. It's supposed to be on the inside of us. Now, I spoke to that on my last video, but I just want to emphasize the fact that it's from the heart where our actions and our words flow. So it's so important, folks, to get this, that the things that we say and do come from the state of our heart. And the greatest law, to do to others what we would have done to us, I think is something that is an impossible goal for us unless we have the help of the Spirit of God. We can't do it in our own strength. And if you think you can, think about this. Jesus goes on to say that we're to love our enemies and to do good to those who despitefully use us. So if you think that you might have a chance at the former, I don't think any of us in our own strength could even do that without the help of God. And I think that's the answer to society's ills. That when believers get really serious about letting the Spirit of God lead us daily, walking with Jesus as if we were walking in the cool of the day in the garden. But you know, it takes time, it takes commitment to both God's Word, spending time with Him in His Word, and with other believers, and allowing God to change you from the inside out. And when you do that, you will begin to have a love for others that you didn't have before. You will have a new perspective, and you will see people differently than you did before. You will see people as Jesus does. And that's how you live out the greatest commandment. Well, friends, it's a beautiful day. I hope you're all having a great Father's Day weekend. Take care. God bless. And as always, finish strong.